Bookbinding, I think, to many people is a bit of a mystery. There's certain things that you wonder how they're made. Bookbinding is one of those things. I'm Paul Vogel, and I founded the Vogel Bindery over 40 years ago. At the Vogel Bindery, I solve problems in leather. So I not only bind books, but I'll also make cases to hold books or to hold different objects. As long as they involve leather and gold, I will try and provide that service to the client. For the most part in America, hand bookbinding is a very quirky, sort of niche market. So when people think of bookbinding, I have come across that they usually mean something that's done by machine. And so I remember one fellow said that he wanted to have something like 14,000 books bound, and if I could give him a quote on price as well as delivery date, so it's going to take about 16 years and it's going to cost about $3 million. And he's like, all right, now I'm listening. Because he was thinking, no matter, his mind was on auto, and he thought, like most other people, that bookbinding, you do it by machine. I've always liked to work with my hands. I like the fact that I can make something on my own. It's all mine. I can solve the problem, and if it doesn't work, there's nobody else to blame. I can be inventive. Some projects that I have are very straightforward, and there's not much to think about or to vary from. And that's kind of enjoyable as well. You don't always want to be challenged every single day. Then you get tired of that and you want to do something that's a bit more creative. So this allows me to be as artistic as I want, to be as crafty as I want to be. I don't need to commute, I can work out of my house. The best clients are the ones who allow me to solve the problem. They give me the freedom to change direction a little bit as I go along, to give them the best product, so they're better off as well. Before I had the bindery, I had to apprentice. So that is the beginning of my sort of working relationship with leather and gold. And before that, I went to Pratt Institute when I studied book design. One of the benefits of being in an art school is that I know how to sketch. So I can quickly sketch up different ideas, and they can immediately see variations, and we can whittle it down to go into the direction that they want. And then I follow up with photos that I have of other past projects that are kind of like it, and whittle it down even further. The most difficult part of a binding would be knowing what to do. The actual work in doing it might be difficult in the fact that the techniques are very challenging, but if you know what you're aiming for, then all that other work is just busy work. I've always had a deep appreciation of history, and books are one of the most common objects that go back hundreds of years that we can actually get a hold of. It's just very profound to be able to thumb through it knowing that somebody else had held that particular book, that object, and read it. And it's always had a very deep, visceral impact. Bookbinding has had its ups and downs, and right now it's going through a bit of a resurgence. You could learn the basics of bookbinding in a week, but to be an artist, then you just have to spend the rest of your life working at it. So for anybody out there who has any questions about bookbinding or would like to stop by and visit the bindery, get in touch with me, Paul Vogel. I'd be here to answer any questions.